Hi, what's up guys? So we've come back to Lancaster Castle and we're going to take you on another paranormal adventure around Lancaster tonight, starting with here, the place where the Pendle witches were locked up and incarcerated during the trial, and then they were taken to Gallows Hill for execution. So we're going to have a walk around the castle and do a little paranormal and see if we get anything. Okay, should we go this way, Andy?
Yeah.
Do you want to go Castle Wall or do you want to go through the garden bit?
No, go on.
Alright. Yeah, so this place, we've been here before for those people that might have seen the first episode. The Pendle witches, when they were arrested at Pendle Hill, were brought here and they were locked in a dungeon, and then they were brought up one by one to face trial. So Andy's going to run some spirit talker and we're going to ask out, and if any of our Pendle witches are present, please would you like to come forward, give us your name and a message. I'm Alison and this is Andy. You know us, we've been to Pendle many times and we've been to this castle a few times as well.
Technology is just very slow.
What, in Lancaster in general? I think it's even worse in Morecambe. We can just get a walk around and have a feel for the place if you want, and then if we have to use EMF meters and EVP recorder, we'll do that instead if we can't get a connection here. Or we could do the old Victorian ghost investigation where you don't need any connection at all. You just need a good medium and not an extra large. Are we on? Yeah. Alright, so if there are any Pendle witches or any other prisoners here would like to come forward. If I remember, the last time we walked along this particular ledge, we got all women's names coming through. Oh great. We've already got the local drunken lunatic turning up, so that should make our night even more entertaining.
Oh yeah. Always a lunatic.
Yeah, it's usually a I mean, this is before we get to the asylum. We've got the lunatics turning up.
Are there any people here who were in here when it was a proper prison? They want to talk to us. Just guide us where you want to go to. I understood every word of that.
This is why we talk to the dead.
I've learned to talk bullshit.
Well, he's fluent in bullshit and crap, and the thing is, this is why we talk to the dead when people want to know. This is the reason why.
I've learned to talk.
Come on, before we get lumbered with this guy, because he's going to come up here and start hassling us now. What was that message then? Caught. Okay, well, we have... they've got a really big execution room, like a torture room here.
Ezekiel.
That's a good word. That's one of the Bible chapters.
That's a chapter of the Bible.
Yeah.
Are you trying to tell me something?
Did you read the Bible while you were locked up in jail? Did you learn anything?
Tell me what you mean by Ezekiel. Are you giving me a warning? Is this some kind of warning, or is it...
Sorry.
Sorry?
Is there some phrase from the Bible you need to tell us?
What are you sorry for? Why are you sorry? Why are you sorry? What do you mean by sorry? Can you tell us where you want us to go?
I know where I want us to go, away from the local lunatics. So let's just keep going. I don't mind people coming joining in at all, but when they're drunk and disorderly, they're really hard to handle. It's not the kind of spirit we want here tonight. We want the ghostly kind. If I remember the last time we came down this passage, we got all female names, and I think we associated it with this could have been the female side of the jail. So let's just see if we get any more again female names coming through. What happened to me, did that say? Perhaps they don't know what happened to them if it happened quickly. Were you executed?
I can't find my way.
We got that the last time we came up here.
Find
Do you not remember? We got exactly the same message.
What are you trying to say to me? I don't know what you're trying to say.
I'm sure we got exactly the same message the last time we was here.
Edith.
Ladies' names again.
Edith. Who are you?
The boy was killed.
The boy was killed. What do you mean by the boy was killed? What do you mean by the boy was killed? Who killed the boy? And what happened?
Let's check if we get any orbs coming forward.
Who killed the boy and what happened to the boy?
Come along this passage if you're here.
Who was he killed?
Let's see you, let's hear your voices.
How was he killed? Was he connected to you? Was he a relation of yours?
Come forward out of the shadows if you're here, let us see you. Come and talk to us. Come and tell us your story. Why were you incarcerated in this prison? See if Andy's getting anything on the spirit talker.
You don't know? What don't you know? What don't you know? What don't you know?
I can't see.
You can't see. You can't see what happened to why were you here? Why are you here at this place? Were you imprisoned here?
Who lived?
You will live.
They might be talking between themselves to each other. You know, like,
What do you mean by you will live? Is this
yeah, well, not everybody got executed, did they? Some people got released.
What year are you from? Are you from
I'm right here.
where are you?
Whereabouts are you standing?
To the left over to murder.
Come and show yourself, wherever you're standing.
You were murdered or you were part of somebody who was murdered. Brenda.
Get ladies' names again.
Brenda.
So this was the ladies' bit, I think.
Who are
This,
you, Brenda?
some of it's bricked up, Luke, the windows.
See, in its old days, yeah, it would have been a mixture of both.
But I think they would have got the ladies on one side.
I mean, recent times, cuts.
The last time we were up here, we got all ladies' names down this side.
What happened? What do you mean by cuts? Is that how you were murdered? Or did you murder someone? I know I'm asking a lot of questions. I know that's what I'm about. I want to know your story. I want to know what happened.
You're not on the
Who you
stand
are.
now. We've come to see you as friends.
Respectfully, you just want to know your story.
We're not here to judge you.
Ronald. Come on. 40.
Could be her age.
Ronald, 40.
Well, that's probably a person, isn't it? Was that your husband?
Grave.
Grave.
Where's your grave?
There are some graves. Shall we go up?
Can you take me towards your grave?
So the last time we didn't do the churchyard because there was a service going on and we didn't want to get tangled up with all the God Squad. But But tonight it looks quiet, so let's have a see if we can get in the churchyard.
Where's your grave? Are we heading towards it? Where the people were buried outside the living executed people? Or did you go through this door? Did you take us in the direction? Probably not. You probably won't be able to know. You didn't know where you were buried. Is that what you're trying to say? You didn't know where you were buried.
Please come forward and show yourself on the camera if you can. Go over to the churchyard. Just wait for Andy to come. Are there any people on this staircase who would like to show themselves?
One of the people who were unjustly tried here, who died here, not died here, but died somewhere else. Yeah. I'll keep talking. I'll keep talking. Well, can you tell me something? Can you tell me who you are, why you were here, why you're still here, why you're still at this place? And I will keep talking if you keep talking back to me. Is this place a place of bad memories, of misery for you? I do apologise for that. I do apologise for what happened to you. I must I can't imagine what it was like and how you were treated. Loved. Who was loved? You were loved. Were you loved? You probably are. You probably loved by a lot. Mindful. Perspective.
Should we go over to the churchyard?
Big word, perspective.
Yeah, but it could be an intelligent person. It could be like a professor or something. They're not all ancient deaths.
It did come up witch.
Oh, really?
I know.
Okay.
We hate you. Why do you hate me?
Probably because we do witchcraft as well.
Is this because...
Because really, we should be locked up in there by rights.
Is because we're going over...
Should we be locked up in there because we perform witchcraft?
Who was shot? Can you tell me what time you're from? What year you're from? If you were locked in... Disembodied. If you were locked in this prison...
Victorian fountain. Let's go over to the churchyard.
Necrophonic.
Did that say necrophonic? Perhaps it's asking you to put that on. Is it? Are you on the necrophonic now?
I'm a necromancer.
Oh, right, so it's similar then. Perhaps they can come through that better.
Forbidden. What's forbidden? Forbidden for what? What's forbidden?
That shadow, guys, was a person going past. Do you know what? Come here, there's a shadow. Oh no, it's the door. I thought there was a black... Could you just look on the camera there? Doesn't that look like a person stood? But it's actually the door. Can you see it top there? There. Look like a person stood. It's not though, it's the door, look.
Oh, is it the door?
Yeah, it's the door. Got to debunk it. We've got to debunk it if we know it's something else.
Absolutely. So
Let's
you
go in
change-
here.
So you change voice. You change the voice. What do you mean by change the voice?
What did he say?
Succubus.
Right.
Hannah. Can you guide us in a direction?
We'll go and have a look at that tomb over there. It's got a lady on top lying on one side.
Alarming. Are we alarming you? You need to tell us who you, what time you're from, what year it was.
We'll go over to this tomb and then we'll go over... Or do you want to go there first, the hanging bit? There's people over there, I can see hoods. I think we'll go this way. Yeah, this tomb down here is pretty interesting. It's got like a carved figure on top.
Mhm.
I think a lot of the gravestones have actually gone and they've grassed it over. But if I remember, this is a headless one. Somebody's stolen the head. Look at that. Somebody must have took the head and the hand. Makes you wonder if people haven't took those parts for ritual purposes. You know, the head and the hand is missing. I remember this tomb before. The head's been took and the hand's gone, look.
Break. Who
Break, yeah. Who brought the hand and the head off your tomb?
Ruin.
It's a ruin. So that's about this tomb, because somebody's brought the head and the hand off. They've ruined it, haven't they?
Yeah.
Because that would have been an amazing sculpture. Probably they've took it for a piece of art. It's probably in somebody's garden, isn't it?
Lawrence.
Lawrence.
Yeah. So
Now what if that's the person who took the head and the hand? I'm thinking now,
Yeah.
what if, and this is just a scenario, this, from a Victorian novel. What if Lawrence was in love with this lady, but wasn't married to this lady,
And she can hide in
and
hand.
took the head and the hand? Because it's not the married hand, that's that one. It's interesting though, isn't it? I mean, it's a possibility.
Different experience.
Or somebody's took it just to do, either for an ornament,
Yeah.
or for artwork, or for ritual purposes. And that could be a name, Virginia. It sounds like an American name, doesn't it? Alright, so I think, look at this, is broken. This is one of those where the hand comes out.
Move west.
Move west. Quite sure which way is west from here. Which is west.
From
Do you want to see if there's any more tombstones around first?
Stop there.
Where?
Subsist.
Subsidence. How is it spelled? Subsists.
Stop here.
Well, I know down that way there is a Roman bath somewhere. But I think there's a sign for it.
Watch me. I'm watching.
Yeah, there is some more tombs somewhere. But there's not many left here now. I think they moved them all, didn't they, the broken ones? and grassed it over because people come in here for picnics in summer.
I was getting quite a lot of them steps.
All right, do you want to go back there then?
Yeah. She will stay. She will stay with us. What's your name? Okay. What kind of object? The object is empty.
Is that what it says?
What object? If there's somebody really here, can you tell me what's on that chain around my neck? That's what I would like you to tell me.
Marks.
Marks. What kind of marks? What time are you? What year is it?
Protect yourself.
Protect yourself. Look at these pieces of masonry fell over here. Let's just have a look. I'm going to sit here for a bit. It's a bit spooky around here with the trees and the fallen pieces of masonry. Look at it, it's part of the gate post. It's part of the gate post, that. I'm going to get this bag off. Do you want anything out of here? EVP recorder or EMF meters or anything?
Crystals.
Alright, so all the stuff's in there. Do you need any paranormal things? I'm going to sit here and take it all in because it's well spooky. It's like forest, a little bit of a park forest and the graveyard combined. Well, I know that a lot of people picnic up here now because all the graves are grassed over.
Necromancer.
That said necromancer. So it recognises what it is then.
Necromancer.
Necromancer, that's to do with people taking bodies from graveyards in the night, innit, for ritualistic, magical purposes. Maybe that went on here, maybe that's why they've taken the gravestones down and got rid. Because this is a big witchcraft prison. All the Lancashire witches, they got incarcerated and tried here, put on the stand, and then they got hung either here or up at Gallows Hill, which we're hoping to get up there later on to Gallows Hill, but it all depends if we can, if it's locked off or not. But I'm sure we'll find a way in. Even if it means scaling trees and dropping down from branches, we'll get in. There's people over there, I don't know if they're doing paranormal or what. Yeah, so a lot of history attached to this place. It's still a working court, so although we can go in, we're not allowed to film inside for that reason. Like the same like the Tower of London. You're not allowed to film inside the Tower of London because of there's still the crown jewels belonging to the royal family in there. It's just one of those places in England that you're not allowed to film inside. But you can do daytime tours in here. Very interesting tours. There is a room
Doorway.
Doorway.
in that doorway.
I was getting a lot by that door.
Yeah, I wonder if that's where they brought them out and walk, because they would probably parade them around the wall first so that the crowd could jeer at them, you know, and then they would take them to the execution point, I should think.
I was getting like witch and stuff.
Up there.
Yeah.
So they thought the witches were on the other side, didn't they? But it's not really been proven that they were on that side. They only said a tower that resembles this one. That tower could have been over here,
You
the
see,
same tower.
there's different stories, isn't there?
Yeah.
To where they were.
That tower on the other side is the only one that's original to the 1600s. But there was 4.
There are different stories of where they were hung.
Yeah.
Now,
Well, I know that tower on the other side is it's 1600s, but they don't know if
you get that?
I've got it here.
The
Yeah.
no, the
No, you need to use that.
the thingy.
What?
See.
You've got a torch there.
No, no. It was the EBP for you.
It's in the bag.
Husband. Doorway. Husband. It's husband.
Right, so the Witch's Tower. Why are you slamming and banging?
Because she said doorway. Husband. Doorway. Husband.
If you slam and bang, I'll go round there and do it myself.
Doorway. Husband. The husband was at the doorway.
The husband's going to be somewhere else in a minute.
Husband in the doorway.
Military.
I can't be it. I'll have a walk round. You can stay here and do that.
Chair.
I'll take you round to the Witch's Tower that we were just talking about. It's from the 1600s and it's the only one of that era. The rest is all relatively new as far as castles go. But the witches were held in a tower in 1612. Occasionally Andy and I do have the odd domestic on these shoots. And before we start scrapping, it's best to go separately and do a little bit of filming. This is how we work. If one of us starts having a tantrum, the other one will just go and film on their own. Alright, let's see what's round here. There's a path. So this is going to take us right back to the front of the castle, but this area is all old anyways. All the judges used to live in these houses, and the lawyers and people that were associated with the courtrooms used to live in these houses. So there could be like lawyers and but people on that side who'd like to come forward as well, not just the prisoners. If there are any judges or execution men, and when they used to execute people, believe it or not, they used to sell souvenirs. So you get a person or people being executed here, and somebody would be on the front here with a stall selling souvenirs, selling like miniature hanging ropes, and selling different things connected to little witches' hats and things if it was witches that was being executed. So there was like the big souvenir business going on, and the same money for old rope comes from after the execution. They used to sell off pieces of the hangman's rope just to prove that execution had taken place. So people would buy pieces of the execution rope, and that's where the word money for old rope comes from. Now I've got a feeling the Witch's Tower is under scaffold right now because it's old. Yeah, they're renovating it, so the scaffold, that's the only part of the tower that's left from that era. So what we'll do is we'll go back to Andy now, because let's see if he's had a chance to calm down, because I think any married couple who does this kind of stuff every weekend all night long gets into a scuffle, yeah, and we just film it as it is. We ain't gonna gloss it over, and we ain't gonna lie. If we get into a scuffle, then we'll just do separate vigils, and I will not put up with this slamming and banging, yeah, unless it's a paranormal. It's like a kid having a tantrum. Anyway, let's get back to the paranormal. We haven't done this for a long time because we've been doing Dogman up at Winter Hill. That's been quite active really up there lately. And there's a few YouTube groups up there now, different ones, checking out different areas. So we got a little bit sort of into that for a few weeks. But now we're bringing it back to the paranormal. I'm going to get round some of the best haunted locations in the northwest of Lancashire. Just in case we get something. You've got to keep going out there to get it. If you don't go out there, you won't get it. If you just sit at home, you know, you've got to be out all night long to get this footage. And it's just the end of summer now, becoming autumn, so the leaves are starting to fall. So it's a good time of year now because the nights are drawing in. Gives us more dark hours to film. But yeah, it's an amazing castle, this, guys, if you get the chance. Round the corner from the train station too, so just come up or travel down or wherever you are and come and see it for yourself. They take you around the old section and then they take you around the recent section because it's only been shut for like a decade or so, and they moved all the prisoners to a new place. And this place is now just a museum, but there is 3 working courtrooms still here, so that's why we're not able or allowed to do ghost investigations inside or run cameras inside. But if we could do an overnight paranormal in here, it'll be like awesome. It's nice to come at Christmas too. Here they have like in the courtyard, they do it all up with the real reindeers and things like that. It's a really good city to visit, actually, Lancaster. So that's basically the other side. We really can't get round because of scaffolding and the renovating and all that, so we'll just stick with the places. Have you got all the stuff together?
Yeah. Doorway.
This doorway?
That doorway, because you're getting quite a few things around there.
Yeah, we'll do the doorway then.
This door was that had been the window that we used to bring them out on.
Yeah. It is, but it's behind there. That's where they
Can
used
you
to bring them
feel
out.
See, a lot of them would have been buried in this car park, wouldn't they?
Yeah, because it was just like a communal pit, weren't it, for throwing the bodies in? But at the minute they're renovating, so we can only get around a certain amount. See, look, the scaffold is all up
I
there.
wonder whether that's why they're doing all this here.
What do you mean? Why?
Might be digging that car park.
Yeah, what do you mean, exhuming the skeletons? Maybe. They might want to give them a proper burial, like they tried doing that in Paris, didn't they, with the catacombs? But there was too many, I think, and they couldn't work out who was who because all the bodies were thrown in. They weren't like assembled in any.
It does actually look as though
They might be, yeah.
they are actually doing stuff. But
It's all scaffolded. I think they're just trying to do the pointing on it and stuff,
yeah,
aren't
but
they?
it does look as though they dug a bit up there.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just trying.
Alright, yeah, if you think it's active.
That's it.
Do you believe yet?
Do you believe? Yes.
Do you believe yet?
Do you believe? He's taking a break, isn't he?
Andrew,
He's
yeah.
off for quite-
Yeah, we wish you all the best, Andrew.
He says, just sort your head out.
Sometimes you've got to step away from it.
Sort your head out. And I don't mean that in a horrible way. I mean, just get yourself sorted. And do what you need to do to get your health better. Because if
Yeah.
your health's not good, then
Sometimes you
you're not
need to
gonna
step
be-
away.
You'll come back, and you'll come back stronger.
Oh, he will.
Much
He's so good at what he does.
Don't. There's always going to be people who are always going to try and put you down.
That's true.
Don't let them ruin you. You're good. You're a good. From what I can see, you can see you're a good, you're a good, decent person. You know, you've had a rough life, and you've done something with it, and you're an inspiration for people who've been at the bottom and who've brought themselves back up. Don't let people put you down. Take a break and get yourself sorted out.
I'm so confused.
And if people want to know who we're talking about, it's YouTuber Proving Demons,
Yeah.
Andrew,
Yeah.
who's awesome at the work that he does. But I think he's one of those people that pushes himself so hard,
Yeah,
he just burns out, doesn't he?
And I think you get a lot of people who try and criticise what you do, try and ruin what you do. When you, I presume when you're successful, there's always people who want to rip you to shreds and ruin what you've done, and they're always going to go, oh, they fake this, they fake that, they fake the other, and people will do that, and you've just got to ignore these people. You've just got to ignore these people.
Yeah, I think he's just had too much going on all at once, really, hasn't
Yeah,
he?
yeah. So I'll try this up here.
Okay, yeah.
See what we get on these steps.
Just seeing it.
Oracle.
Well, all these things are oracles, really, aren't they?
Oh, yeah.
It's like you said last night to those students that we had with us. The Spirit Talker is just a modern day Ouija board, isn't it?
Yeah.
Can you hear people? Oh, it's people walking through the churchyard.
Yeah. I'll try.
Alright.
I can't see it.
No, it's just people walking. They cut through, don't they, to go down to George's Quay?
Yeah. Right, we'll try an EVP while we do that. Okay. Is there anybody here who'd like to talk to us? What's your name?
God.
They're going to have a domestic now, I can feel it heating up. Why is everybody scrapping amongst the gravestones tonight?
Something in the air.
You reckon?
I reckon it's something in the air. Yeah. We have our moments, but
It's alright, I've explained to the viewers how we sometimes have a tussle and then we just go off and do separate vigils until it's
look.
calmed down and then we get on, don't we?
look, we love each both to bits, and it happens occasionally. There's nothing meant in it, nothing.
Take picture.
Alright, maybe you're going to get something. Maybe you need to take some pictures on your phone because it picked something up. If it said take a picture, I think that it's telling you that,
Patience.
yeah, I think it's saying, let's take a few in it and see if we, if anything shows. On your phone. Did you bring the Polaroid camera?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, so do it on your phone then.
I'll take it on.
Oh yeah. Because I think different spirits can come through different ways, can't they? And if they can't come through the equipment, they can come through. I think they do whatever they can, really.
Locked.
Are they dancing in the graveyard? Dancing in the graveyard. It's like the Thriller video over there.
You need to tell me which way I need to take the picture.
Anybody who does paranormal out there, this is a good way of catching spirits. If you have a phone or a laptop, iPad, just take loads of photos and compare them. You might get an orb or like a white mist in one of them. If you take like a dozen or so or more, yeah, come and stand here. You're able to get compare the pictures and see if there's anything showing in any of them. It's been a successful method, hasn't it, for catching paranormal?
Lily.
That's another lady's name. So I've got a feeling this was the women's prison this side, back in those days. I'm talking like 1800s, because Charles Dickens actually came to this prison to try and get the everything improved, like the cells, the food, you know, the way they was treated. He did a lot of prison reform work up and down England, and he went over to France, and he went over to the United States as well, and visited all the top prisons in the Victorian era. It's like 1850s. And he, oh look Andy, it's flashing, the EMF meter's going crazy now. Look, it's just started up. Just as we were talking about Charles, wouldn't be Charles Dickens, would it? Oh my god, that's like a mega famous ghost.
Say that again.
Charles Dickens. We've got some performers in the graveyard tonight, by the way, guys.
That's why I'm not doing the EVP.
No, there's no point. They're singing and dancing over there.
I'm in my 20s.
Okay. So yeah, Charles Dickens came to this prison as well as many others to try and help get things better. He did a lot of good work besides writing his novels. That's why a lot of his books, there's a lot of prison scenes, Newgate and things like that in it. That was flashing like crazy when we was talking about that just then. But it could be somebody here who was involved. He wouldn't have done it all single-handedly. He'd have to talk to the people who run the jail. Yeah. Because he stayed in that hotel down there, the King's Head.
That's right.
I think from both shoots we've done here now, that door and this walk round here, we always get women's names, don't we? So
Secrets surrounding my death.
we've had this before, this message. Some of these messages are coming up for the second time.
Secrets surrounding your death.
Did we get this round at the Pendle Witches Tower? Because I think everyone says that they were buried here, but they were actually took to Gallows Hill, weren't they?
Yeah.
Because I think up until 1750 or whatever, they were buried. It was done at Gallows Hill, and then after that, it was brought here.
Yeah. Anyway, I'll have a cigarette.
Yeah, have a cigarette. There's some performers over there, and they're probably going to end up over here at some point. I think this is one of them places you just need to do it in stages. So we've did part one.
Yeah, we
We've
did.
done a little bit more, but the half of it's scaffolded off now, so we can't get all the way around.
No, it's the old.
But it's interesting to know.
It's the old tower, innit?
We've had women's names coming through again on this side, and it'd be interesting to check out the history of
Stone.
Stone. What do you mean by stone? Is there a stone that marks where the body is? Can you make those lights flash up again?
yeah, they did. They were flashing like mad when we were talking about prison reform and Charles Dickens.
Yeah.
Would have been a big thing, him visiting here, really.
Were you somebody who reformed the prison service? Is that why you made the lights flash?
Potential.
Potential.
Well, I suppose, like, we're talking about prison reform. It's the potential to make this place better.
Why was this place closed down? Can you tell me why this place was closed down? Was it due to the conditions, or was it just
Belittling.
belittling?
Oh, really? Yeah.
Oh,
The way they were treated.
oh yeah.
It's the way they was treated. Alright, so we're going to have to wind this shoot up soon.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we've done more the Victorian side this time, haven't we? Last time we did the
last
Pendle
time we
Hill
did
side.
a lot down there. Unless they're doing work on that bit.
They do a
because
lot
it
of
is the
renovation work.
That bit is the oldest bit, isn't it?
Yeah, so I think what we'll do is
Some of the old.
we'll head down to St George's Quay, which the pub has tunnels which run from this castle down to that pub, and it's where the prisoners used to go for the last meal.
Yeah.
And the Pendle Witches would have been taken down there for the last meal.
Oh, that's.
And then the
that's
other
what I
pub
said.
is where they stop for the last drink on the way to the gallows.
That's yeah.
Okay, so
yeah.
I think we'll do. Okay, guys. So what we're going to do, we'll stop this castle shoot here,
Yeah. And we'll.
and then we'll head on and go down to St George's Quay, which is the second location in this Lancaster Castle prison shoot.
And we'll see you on the other
Okay,
side.
guys, and we'll have a good scrap between here and the keys and get it out of our
Oh.
system, and then we're not doing it on film anymore. See you soon, guys.
See you later.